I want you guys to close your eyes and imagine that you're standing in a bakery. And then it's not just any bakery, okay? It's the best bakery in Paris. Its windows are fogged, and there are people, it's crowded with people who are hustling for space in front of the long glass cases. The room is fragrant, and you can't take your eyes off the rolls of cinnamon rolls and croissants. And then you're hungry. In fact, you're all starving, okay? Hunger is a tornado in your chest. You stand in front of the long glass cases trying to swallow, but your throat is dry and your stomach clenches and contracts. You want more than anything to lick the side of a cinnamon roll, swirl the custard in your mouth. And then the woman beside you reaches into a white paper bag and pulls out a roll of sourdough bread. She chews it, and then you try to chew along with her. You can almost taste the bread she's eating, but not really, because how long has it been since you tasted bread? A month? A year? And even though your stomach grinds against your backbones and your cheeks are hollow, you can't eat. You want to, but you can't. Because fear is greater than your hunger. Because when you choke in the morning, when you choke down a spoonful of plain yogurt, 5 pretzel sticks, a grape, the voice inside you whispers, "You don't need to eat, you're strong, so strong." That's right, good girl. Suddenly that whisper turns into a hiss feeling at the center of your head. You don't deserve to eat. You're weak, unworthy, you're disgusting. You don't deserve to live. A quote from the book Brave Girl Eating, A Family Struggle with Anorexia by Harriet Brown. According to eatingdisorders.com, there are about 20 million women and 10 million men that suffer from eating disorder in the United States. I'm pretty sure that most of you guys heard what eating disorder is, but are not actually aware of how big a problem it is in America. I didn't think it was that big of a problem either until, last year. I thought it was just like, oh, you see it on reality TV or just something you see on Twitter about, people having anorexia, but it's actually a big deal. So last year, me and my friend became really close, became best friends, and then she ended up telling me, she had eating disorder. And then I was like, the person actually has it that I care about. And then my cousin was telling me she had one too. So it was actually like a big deal to me, and then that's when I wanted to help her, so I became more informed. Today I'll be talking about 3 types of eating disorders. I'll be talking about anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating, and some other symptoms. So, anorexia is defined as an emotional disorder characterized by the obsessive desire to lose weight and refuse to eat, according to the Merriam-Webster website. It's also when a person is obsessed by the thought of looking perfect or having a perfect body and do a variety of unhealthy things to look a certain way. People with this disorder starve or exercise excessively until they're really skinny, because that's what they want to be. These people have such a fear of gaining weight that they're unable to see that they're malnourished and how slowly they're killing themselves. The side effects of a person dealing with anorexia include they faint often, their nails are brittle, their hair falls out when it just brush it and hair falls out, and then some girls, even their menstruation tends to stop. So I just discussed anorexia, and now I'll be talking about another eating disorder called bulimia. Bulimia is sometimes harder to detect than anorexia because many people with this disorder maintain a normal body weight. Also, according to the Merriam-Webster website, bulimia is a serious eating disorder and occurs when a person compulsively overeats and then is followed by self-induced vomiting or excessive use of laxatives. It also is accompanied with guilt and depression. When a person vomits frequently, it tends to damage the tissues in their throat and their teeth. A bulimic person is usually aware of their habits, and so when they overeat, they end up feeling guilty, and then they want to find a fast way to get rid of that feeling and that fullness, so they throw up and take advantage of laxatives. Anorexia is easier to notice than bulimia, and now we're talking about the last eating disorder called binge eating. From nationaleatingdisorders.com, binge eating is the most common eating disorder in the United States. It affects about 3.5% of women, 2% of men, and up to 1.6% of adolescents. That's an estimate of about 2 million Americans. People with this type of disorder feel like they have uncontrollable eating activities. People who consume a large amount of foods and feel unable to stop eating, they usually do it secretly, and when they're with people, they try to eat a normal diet, but then that just builds anxiety, and then they just have another episode of binge eating. In the Los Angeles Times article trying to define the binge eating disorder, by Dr. James Huston of Harvard University. 78.9% of binge eaters also struggle with depression, anorexia, and substance abuse. Completely different from anorexia, where a person tries to not eat, and unlike bulimia, where a person tries to get rid of the body, rid of the food out of their body quickly. People who binge eat try to stay on a stable diet, but obviously they end up eating more than they can and then they feel bad. It is important to know about these disorders because it's a rapidly growing issue in America. And then today I talked about eating disorder, anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating. So having an eating disorder is common, and it might be happening to one of your close people that you care about, and being more informed is going to help you guys help them. Thank you.